Hello, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Back in the Mad Dog for Mad Dog Monday, we're going to call it. I don't know, probably not. But the last time we flew this airplane, it left a bad taste in my mouth once again. So we're going to try it. We're going to give it a second chance here. I got a cockpit mod to help enhance the cockpit a little bit, bring it out of 2010 as far as textures are concerned. We do have the FTsim sound pack, which it did sound pretty decent. We got a juicy retro livery, the Delta Airlines interim livery, I guess is what it's technically called. And we got a cloudy, overcast fall day here in John Wayne, California. We're going to head over to Salt Lake City. Got the freeware scenery installed over there. I don't have the feel there, and I didn't want to buy another scenery with just 2 months left of 2020, Microsoft 2020 being on the street. So that's what we got in store. I was going to do bare metal American, but when I look at that bare metal American livery, it's awesomeness, but it has to either be in DFW or Chicago. Like, that's where I just see that airplane, and I would have loved to have done a DFW flight, but the DFW airport is just not acceptable for streaming. It's so bad, so bad. I don't know how it is. It's massive airport in the center of the country. I don't know how come nobody's picked it up as a scenery. But with that being said, I'm ready to have some fun. I hope y'all ready to have some fun. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. McAllen's in the house. Good to see you. USMC, FlySMC. Good to see you, man. Elena Zane. Good to see you. Flight to Live here. A Rocketeer. Might do some Rocketeer ops later this week as well. Cal Ferris in the house. TV Flight. Bill's Mafia. Getting ready to get whooped up on tonight against the, Jacksonville Jaguars, I think. That ought to be a good one. Al W in the house. What's up, man? Dude, Al. I just walked down to the Starbucks. Absolutely beautiful. Misty here in Dallas, or in Texas, right? Well, actually where I am at, North Texas. 70 degrees. It's actually a little bit of chill in the air, Al, which is a whole lot different than 100 degrees yesterday when I was fishing. So, but good to see you, man. Good to see Al, Blue Bear, Matthew F, Mr. Martini, Bo's in the house, and many more. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you. I hope you are ready to get this show on the road. FSprojects Salt Lake City, much better than Field there. Yeah, see, I don't think I have either one of them. Or maybe I did. Oh, look at that Southwest taxi. And look, we're plane spotting. We're literally just plane spotting in this scene. I don't know who made this one here, but I like the scenery here, this John Wayne. Oh, we got to plane spot this Southwest departure here before we get going. Let's see if we can find ourselves a better window. Oh, he's going behind that jet bridge. Oh, there he goes. This reminds me of being a kid right here. Just plane spotting for takeoff. FSprojects Salt Lake is a must. Yeah, see, I don't think I have that one. I did see that I did see it for purchase, but like I said, 2 months left to go. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going to be compatible in 2024. Any build said there's everything forward will be compatible, so I don't know what's in the past, and maybe they will be compatible with time or maybe updates. Who knows? So I'm just going to kind of chill it on the purchasing of anything scenery-wise. I don't think there's anything add-on-wise as far as airplanes are concerned that's going to come out in the next 2 months that we'd have to worry about. Except maybe the Bluebird 7.5, but I don't think that's going to be in the next couple of months. So I'm just going to kind of hold off on all purchases until 2024 drops. I can't wait to jump into that sim. Let's see. Zippy Zapples in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Time to go to prison. Get out to the ramp to do that spotting. Okay, all right. Hold on. Let me get out to the ramp, and we'll do that. Well, I liked hanging out there in the terminal building. I love John Wayne Airport. One of my favorite airports to fly into, not only in real life, but in the sim as well. It's a lot of fun. Or actually, I should have said that the other way around. Not only in the sim, but real life. I love John Wayne Airport. It's a fun airport to fly into. It's challenging. Everybody's doing flaps 3 Toga takeoffs, and it's real easy as far as a commuter, or not as a commuter, but like as someone picking you up. We're dropping you off. The traffic flows really well, so I just love John Wayne all the way around. But let's watch this Southwest blast off, and then we'll fire up this MD-80 and get this show on the road, shall we? We got the overcast sky. It's burning off here. This is why I also picked John Wayne, is because if it's overcast outside in real life where I'm at, I want to take off somewhere where it's overcast. I think it's clear in a million out there in Salt Lake. So we'll at least get to see some juicy mountains and stuff when we come in. Salt Lake was requested. It's a good airport to fly into, talk about high-density altitude. We've done it before. I mean, it's just basically you need to flare a little bit earlier and a little bit harder when you're going into these high-density altitude airports, because it will just not settle as quick as you're accustomed to at sea level. Yes, Diabetic Lad. The sound, I watched that sound video on the 7.5. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Welcome to coastal California in the morning. I know, Ryan, that was one of my favorite parts about living out there. I lived in the Bay Area. Oh, did his wing light turn on? I'm pretty sure I saw his wing light there for a second. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, let's see. Let's see this rotation. Then we got to get this thing fired up. Do it from underneath the tail here. Look at him go. But yeah, I love the mornings in California, man. Bay Area, living in Oakland, and flying for cargo, man, just loved it. Coffee and donuts. I can't have coffee and donuts without overcast, unless it's a special event. You know, look at that, beautiful. Into the IMC he goes. All right, here we go. Reset the camera. Let's get into this airplane. Look at this beautiful bird. I like this paint job. What do you guys think of this paint job? I think it's pretty up there. Widget is also one of my one of the better ones on the MD-80, but this one I don't know. I do like this old school one here. Looking good. All right. Wyoming is beautiful. You should fly in a Jackson Hole. I know. The only problem with Jackson Hole, there's not really anywhere else to go out of unless you go to Salt Lake. Or I guess you go to Seattle maybe. So, all right. Make sure you have sim sounds. Let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. Battery's coming on. No, it's not. Battery's coming on. We'll lock the battery switch. Let's go into our external power bus. So we'll go external 1, external 2. Airplane's going to come to life here. Clear out the cautions. So with this cockpit mod, you'll see it as it gets lighter. It basically, where you can really tell the difference, so is like if you look at the window here, everything is much crisper, 8K, 16K, something like that. Just brings it up a little bit. Now, it still shows its age a little bit. Like you can see here, like this to me looks pretty flat. This looks better than it did yesterday. So it definitely brings this airplane up to what I would consider an acceptable standard of FS 2020. By far, it's not the greatest. I think the Fenix cockpit is one of the best, if not up there with, you know, and PMDG is up there. But if I got to pick one, I think the Fenix cockpit is probably the best cockpit in the sim. Really, really nice as far as tube liners is concerned. Hey, giving the Mad Dog a second chance. I got to do it, Wingnut. I got to do it, man. We are going to Salt Lake, too, because you suggested that you don't know how to land at high-density altitude. So we're going to go up there again. Although it should be pretty cool, right? Shouldn't be very hot up there. Much nicer than the last Mad Dog, I know. And we're going to be... It's nice. What is this? Is this a pen holder? It's going to be much... we're going to give it a much... more of a better chance is I guess what I'm trying to say. I do need a little bit of panel lighting though, so let's come up here and do a little flood, do a little background. Somebody mentioned to me that there's a light mod for the floodlights and stuff, which I might check out as well. Let's pull the standby attitude indicator out. I don't have that light mod installed.
LA traffic, Southwest 1377 is 5,008 comments, 7,000.
Oh, that's that Southwest. He's getting out of here. All right, let's come down and do a little bit of an overhead flow here. We are on bus, no APU on right now, so that is all good. Start pumps off. We'll leave fuel tank pumps off, pitot heaters off. No smoking is on. Seatbelts are off. We'll leave those off. Coming around the right-hand side here. Don't need any anti-fog or any of the window heat. We'll leave that in fan mode. High pressure bleed is off. We'll do a system 1 stall test. System 2. Max speed warning. I'll turn the logo lights on too because we're sitting here. Logo lights on. You could do the test. There it is. Off. I guess we'll do off. Off, and then we'll just rearm it. There we go. That looks good. Thunderstorm light, cockpit floods aren't required. Circuit breakers, we'll turn those on, and standby compass on to dim. Should be behind us. There we go. Brightens up the cabin a little bit. All right. Down into the FMC. Let's go ahead and run a pause in it. I did update my air rack, so we're gonna pause in it. We're gonna be launching out of SNA, and we're going to Salt Lake. We'll put that there, and then we will go over to the ACARS menu. We'll go to AOC. Oop, didn't mean to turn on the hydraulics. We'll do a pre-flight init data. And we'll do an init request. Team Vodka, I know, I updated. Hard to believe, isn't it? Hard to believe. We do need to get the nav lights on. Where are those nav lights? I know they're over here. Anti-collision position lights are on. Nacelle lights are off. There's nothing on this side I don't have to set up, I don't think. Yeah, we're all good. Oh, wow, look at this. You know, is that part of the... Or I guess I just didn't see that yesterday. So now we should have some nav lights. There she is. And what we can do as well, we can turn on the aux hydraulics and we can fix our stairs here. So we'll go to aircraft services. We'll get the forward stair out. Aft stair is down. We'll stand by on boarding just for a second here. We do have air conditioned air and the GPU connected, so we don't have to worry about the APU. And as far as maintenance is concerned, no radome or gear door we need to open up. So those are all set. Alright, weight and balance page. We'll leave it right there. I've already imported the... weights. We'll go flight plan. And we'll request our flight plan. We'll reset the ACARS message. We got our init data. Standby, primary. Lights out, magic barrel ref key is set. 29 or 89er is set. Made too many flights in those Delta in the 80s. Ah, Team Vodka, I hear it, man. You know what? I almost did MSP today. We almost did an MSP flight. But rocking the SNA. Now, I don't know. So in the Airbus, we would do a flaps 3 Toga static. What's going to be the best flap? What would be the flap for the 80? Flaps 15? Probably no dial a flap, right? Just go straight to 15? Or maybe even 28? That's something I'm going to defer to the chat. All right, there's our crew message. Preliminary weights. I keep forgetting to look for my printer so I can get the thermal printer for both the Fenix and this ACARS here. And there's our flight plan. All right, so that's all in the box. I'll put you back over on the... I guess we'll go FMC2. We'll just leave you over there. All right, let's set her up. Departure arrival. We'll depart 20 right. SNA 20 right. We are on the fins 3 and the BO transition, if I'm not mistaken. You got flaps 23.5? 28. Oh, 28 might be landing flaps, right? I think flaps 23 max. We'll do a flaps 23 takeoff then. All right, 20 right. We're on the fins 3 transition, and we are going to Beal. Fins 3 to Beal. We'll activate that, and we'll continue. Execute. We'll go to the legs page. Next page over. Takes us all the way to Beal. After Beal, it's Q842 to Winham. So we're going to go route page. Next page. Nope. Q, what did I say? Q what? Surely there's got to be a way to import your flight plan. That's okay. We'll do it old school ways. Q842. Quebec 842. And that is going to Winnan. W-I-N-E-N. W-I-N-E-N. Winnan. Execute. Next page. And then it's direct to... Was it McAllister? No, MILF. M-L-F. Company route. Oh, well, okay, so... Bo, but don't you have to, like, preload that in the folder or something? And then we'll do the Quen 5. So, departure arrival. I don't know what we're going to be landing. I'm going to try to land. Should we land north or south? Milford. Thank you. Let me double check the weather. And I think SLC is calm winds. Right now, weather in Salt Lake winds are calm. So let's see what the ATIS, what they're landing. 16 is 16 right closed. ILS 16 left in use. So we'll do the 16 left approach. ILS 16 left, and we'll take it off of Orion. ILS 16 left. You're on, so we have the full approach, and the arrival was the Quen 5. Quen 5 off the MILF transition. Perfect. That's all loaded up. Not if you import the sim brief EF into the EFB. Oh, really? So you can just do it like everybody else has done it forever? Because I remember you used to have to put it in a special folder. All right, reserve fuel. We'll take 5,000, and let's come over here. Let's actually start the fueling while we're at it before I forget. Aircraft services, ground, fuel requested, and on board. So it's going to start the fueling process. Go back to our weight and balance. Our fuel for this flight, 20.7, and we won't need scheduling. 20.7/N. Zero fuel weight is going to be 107.1. That's going there. That fills it out. Our cruise altitude, 31,000 feet. 310. Transition of 18. That looks good. Takeoff. Actually, go back real quick. Perf cost index. Let's bump that up to 75. We'll do 75 on the cost index. 5,000 reserve. Takeoff speeds. 18C, we're going to leave that just like that. We'll put you back on the legs page. And let's fire up the APU. And then we will start the boarding process. Reset that. Key 6, thanks for the support, man. 37 months. Good to see you, dude. I'll go ahead and hit start. Spool it up. It says, look at this ancient shiz going to pop into my mixed cassette tape and cruise. There you go, man. You could probably use your... well, man, you got a mixed cassette tape. I was actually thinking of Walkmans, but yeah, you don't even. That predates the Walkman. CM Belite. This is the cockpit mod on FSTO for HD textures. And it's a free download. Just Google, or I had it. I don't know where the link went. Hold on. I literally just Googled Mad Dog cockpit mod. Overhaul high res. There you go. Alright, APU is up. Let's go ahead and transfer to APU on bus 1 and 2. That looks good. We'll go ahead and disconnect ground power and air. Don't need you anymore, and we don't need air conditioning. We're on bus, so we should be able to get air conditioned air. So we'll go air condition on, and we'll go HP bleed auto, and it'll build up pressure, I think. That's our start. It should be open. I think we just need to wait for it to build up some pressure, and then it'll go. We are on bus, so it should work. All right. Emergency lights will arm the emergency exit lights. I missed that when I did our perf flow. We should have the right fuel pump on, too, as well. We'll go Peter Heat to Captain. That looks good. And last couple things we need to do is our perf data. And then we'll start boarding, actually. Let's go ahead and start boarding, too, because that might take a minute. Aircraft services, start the boarding process. 121 packs, open up the cargo doors. We're looking good. All right. Let's go to perf data. SNA, winds are calm. Outside air temp is... Where's the TAT? On the 18C, so just a little bit warmer. Outside air is 18C. Runway 20 right, flap optimum 24, 23, 22. Let's go flap 24. That's the highest one. I've noticed that these arrows don't do anything either. You literally have to click all the way through it. Flap 24. Altimeter is 29er, 8, and 9er. 29er, decimal 89. Anti-ice off, packs off. I'm going to have to remember how to do a packs off takeoff in this thing. All right, antis off, packs off, and takeoff weight is going to be 127.1. 127.1. 127, 100. Calculate. See what it gives us here. 18, 23, 32. Flap 24. That's a cell temp of 32, but we're not even going to use it. We're just going to go straight Toga on this one. Captain Vikas, thanks for the 449 rupee, man. Appreciate you. Is force feedback worth it? Thinking of investing in a full motion force feedback rig? Absolutely. Absolutely. Just hold off for a few months more force feedback stuff coming out. Yeah, I agree with Team Vodka. Hold off. Force feedback is new, but I'm pretty sure this time next year it's going to be mainstream. You're going to start seeing everybody go to force feedback. And I'm telling you, it's game changing when you get to use it properly. Now, I think Moza is definitely going to take the lead here with their software. It's just the software part is still actively being developed. So, as far as DCS is concerned, though, it's almost fully functioning within DCS. But Microsoft software still needs some work on it. And with 24 right around the horizon in 2 months, it's kind of like, maybe we need everyone just to hang off just for a minute. But yes, absolutely. I'm really, really, really hoping for a Moza style force feedback yoke because I really want to get rid of CLS to sim. All right, 18, 23, and 32. 18, 23, and 32. That is set. 18, 23, 32. And looking at our flap 24. Flap 24 and takeoff weight CG is 16.3. So we need to come down here. We're going to be flap 24. What was our CG? 16.3, right about there. I'll run the trim up just a tad more. Long trim 0.7 is set. Dial a flap in to 24. We'll skip that. Don't use those. Flap 24 all the way to the top. Flap 24 is dialed in. And while I'm looking at it, we got a squawk code 7610. 7610. We'll go ahead and just put you in XPDR mode while we're sitting at the gate. 7610 is set. 22.8 is up. That all looks good. We don't need any more panel lights. Let's see if we got our bleed pressure. All right, there we go. We got air condition. I'm assuming this is going to be our packs right here for takeoff. So for takeoff, we're going to put supply off. I'm assuming that's basically the pack switch. I'm looking around. I've never done a packs off takeoff in this. There's APU, bus ties. This would have to be the packs. That's the supply, the bleed supply. All right, see, much better than yesterday. All right, last couple things. There's nobody online, so we'll set our top altitude of 310. 310 is set. Flight Director 1, Flight Director 2 will pull that. 310 heading altitude. We'll get it in TO after that. Magic Barrel Ref one more time. TO is set on the EPER limit. And that's moving up. I think we're ready to go. I think we're just chilling now. We're just finishing the boarding process. Zippy, what'd you miss yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. It was Saturday. Was it Saturday? No, Friday. We did a Mad Dog stream, and it just made me mad. This airplane can make me mad. And here's the thing. When I get mad about the MD-80, it's not that I don't like the MD-80. It's that just the way Leonardo has this airplane, I just don't like it. I don't like the EFB. I don't like the way you have to do perf. I don't like the way you have to configure stuff in the load manager exterior to the sim. Well, now you can get liveries and just download them and put them in your community folder, but for a while you could only, when it first came out, the only way to get liveries was to have an account on the for them and then download them, put them in the manager, activate it. That's what drives me nuts. As far as an MD-80 in general, I don't have anything against the MD-80. I actually think, I mean, it was one of the last classic jets that we were flying around, you know? It's no, Mike's, it's not incomplete. The add-on is complete. The add-on is definitely complete, but the sounds are god-awful. You have to have an FTsim sound pack. And here's the thing, for this airplane is very expensive. If you think about the airplanes that have come out since the Mad Dog, right? You've had the 737 series from PMDG, you've had the Fenix. This airplane is more expensive than all of them. This might be, and I'm sure chat knows, is this the most expensive airplane in the sim? Let's see. What's the most expensive airplane in Microsoft Flight Sim? Oh, it might be up there. This might be up there. MD-11. Ooh, God. Oh, don't get me on the MD-11. Don't get me on the MD-11. And here's another point to that, though. If you're going to be the most expensive airplane in the sim, it's not that that's a bad thing, but you better back that price. Let's flash back to the X-Plane 11 days. Most expensive add-on in the sim was the that corporate jet. I'm drawing a blank. Oh my gosh. The Challenger. That was the most expensive airplane I think the sim platform had seen. Well, I don't know. It was up there close with the Flight Factor stuff. But the Hot Start Challenger can back that price. Because if you look at what it brought to the table, it literally did things on that platform that no other airplane could even come close to. Another really good one was that Hot Start TBM. I thought the sharing of airframes, the continuous wear and tear, I thought that stuff was phenomenal. And the sharing of airframes is something that I really, really enjoyed. And I wish there was another way to do that with other add-ons. Or I wish other add-ons would do that. Mostly in the GA community. I don't think sharing airframes in the airline sense really makes any sense of it. But imagine being able to like fly around the world in the TBM or in a King Air or something, and every switch that you set is then saved, and then your buddy that gets in the airplane sees the airplane exactly how you left it. So that was also game-changing when it came to add-ons. I got back in the 146 today. Such a great bird. Makes me excited for the new RJ Professional. Oh, logo lights. I can't wait for the RJ Professional. Absolutely. Yes, the Flight Factor planes are probably, yeah, with all things included, you're absolutely right. They're more expensive. Wingnut says, I highly recommend not buying the 83/88 add-on. The 88 is a glass cockpit / EFIS version of the MD-82, but Leonardo modeled an EFIS upgraded MD-82, so the only difference with the $50 expansion is gross weight and fuel. Wow. Wow, so that's it. See, I didn't know that. I did know there was the expansion. I never pursued it just because I felt I didn't like how this airplane came to market at the very beginning, so I wasn't going to spend any more money on it. But I did not know that. I was thinking, because I knew that there was a glass version. I didn't know it was the EFIS upgraded MD-82, and so you're right. It's literally the difference of a gross weight and fuel change. A couple of CFG edits, and you have a $50. Whew, that's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Jonathan, I agree with you, though. Everything in the load manager should be done in the EFB, and you should be able to import speeds. You should be able to do all that stuff, man. Absolutely. I agree. All right, how we doing here on the boarding process? We'll come over here. We'll take a look at the aircraft ceviches. We are already fully boarded. We'll go ahead and close up the aft stair. We're going to need to get our hydraulics on, so we'll get ready for a B-start flow. We're going to go aux hydraulics on. Hydraulic pumps, trans are on. We're going to get our fuel tanks left, right, and center are all on. APU is already on bus. Start bump is not required. We'll get that after start. Reset the attendant calling, and we'll still have the air conditioning on. That's fine. We did all that. We'll go Venturi for the radio rack. Actually, will that be after start, won't it? I think that's after start. Ram air is off. All right, cool. All right. Stairs are closed. I think we're ready to go, chat. Real quick, let me look at the Unicom for this airport. See, all it takes is one. I think with that MD-80, I do one flight, I get really mad, and then I realize, okay, now I remember how to do things, and then I don't get as mad. John Wayne, 26.8 is what we need. Let me see if my radio, I think my radio panel works with this airplane. Yeah, cool. So I don't have to scroll it on the screen. The only thing I don't like with the so is this something that you can change? With the SATEC radio panel, when you scroll it, you're only scrolling in that thousandth column. There's no way to scroll it any faster, I'm assuming, right? Because it takes a while to go from, say, 0 to 8 or 9. There we go, 126.8 is, or 126.8 rather. 126.8 is set. We got our speed set. That all looks good. Let's go ahead and flip the anti-collision light, which is on this one. Beacon is on. Doors and windows are closed. Let's take a look up top here. Gen's off. CST, parking brake, flight recorder. That's all associated. Excellent. Are we going to do a power back? We are going to do a power back. So let's go ahead and turn HP bleed supply off. We have start pressure. That's going to go system A. Brakes are set. I do like that flashing under the... That's cool. Alright. Ooh, wait, is that a speed bed? That is a speed bed. We have a speed bed sighting. Speed bed. Is that a static or an actual speed bed? Is that an actual speed bed? No, I think that's a static. I think that's a static speed bed. Disregard. Disregard the emojis. We do have a SAS over there, though. That's suspect. All right. We're going to do a power back. Reset the drone cam, though. I like to have it here in case we do replay. Back to here, here. All right, so I'm going to use my keyboard for reverse. That way we don't go into full-blown Toga mode. All right. Brakes are released. Al W, thanks for the 35-month support, man. I appreciate you, Al. Almost 36, like waiting on my cataract surgery. You're almost 36? Well, hey, congratulations to your almost birthday. Happy pre-birthday, man. I had my birthday yesterday, so happy pre-birthday to you. Maybe you're September as well? Awesome. Water, gifting the 10 memberships to the channel. Hey, Water, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for 10 gifted members to the channel. Our residential memer, Mr. Water. Also, U.S. Navy sailor. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that gifted sub. Appreciate all the support, buddy. All right, let's do a power back. I'm going to pause the alert box. Sounds are up. Are the sounds okay for you? I'm going to juice them up a tad. Before we do a power back, we actually have to start the engines, though. So let's go ahead and set the brake. And now we'll do a power back. I gotta start the engines first. Here we go. All right, we're system A. No start pump required. No fuel heat required. We'll flick the switch. Take a listen. Meh. It's not even worth keeping my mic muted. Better than default, but dang. Oh, 36 months. Oh, okay. All right, Al. Well, hey. 36 months, 36 years old. What's the difference? Appreciate the support. I had a hunch you were older than 36. That Aviator, what's up, man? It's an HD high-res cockpit mod. So when you look at the cockpit, you'll see things are they're not as blurry. They're very crisp. You've got crisp markings over there on the A pillar. Is it game-changing? No, but it makes the gauges pop a little bit more, in my opinion. All right, we got a good start on number 2. What I'm going to do for number 1 is I'm going to start it. Oh, I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to hit the fuel early, and we're going to go sit back there, see if we can get a light off. Hopefully we don't hot start. I don't think you can hot start this, right? John Beaumont, that's their first seat in the Mad Dog? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that was awful. I mean, nah, that was very mid on the startup. See, that's the other thing. Fenix, PMDG, Just Flight products, none of them need sound packs. I'm trying to think if there's any other tube liners we fly that don't need sound packs. But I'm getting... I don't want to say I'm getting tired of having to buy sound packs for add-ons, but I feel like there's obviously people out there that are talented enough to make phenomenal sound packs. Boris, Audio Works. There was one for X-Plane. I'm drawing a blank. HKK Sounds. There are studios / people out there that can make super high quality sounds. So why aren't the developers hiring those people to make sounds for their airplanes? Why do we have to go and buy sounds for airplanes that we bought? Now, if you're going to have an all-inclusive sound pack, I can understand that. You know, maybe you want a sound pack that has cabin sounds and announcements and all that. But with the way things are going in the sim now, look at Fenix, how they have cabin announcements with livery changes and all that. I feel like that's almost not even really an excuse anymore. I used to say, you know, well, I like the fly-by-wire sounds because it was an all-inclusive sound pack with announcements and boarding sounds. And when you have airplanes that don't have that, that makes sense. But yeah, it's just, yeah, we're not going to get mad. We're just having discussion. You know? Not going to get mad, just discussions. All right, 2 starts, that's coming off. System off is coming off. That's all good. We'll go windshield anti-fog is to on. We're still Captain A. We're going to go HP bleed into auto. We're going to go auto here. We're going to go Venturi down there. We're going to go open here. And we're going to go reset that. APU air off. APU bus off. APU master switch is coming off. All right, after start checklist is completed. Brakes are on. We're going to do our power back now. Actually, we need to set our V2 plus 10. Actually, we're going to set 250 here. Well, we may not set 250. We're going to set V2 plus 10. We're going to set 142 because we got to do a Rocketeer climb out 142 on the speed. All right, now we can do a power back. Brakes released. And I'll make a quick radio call here. We're gate 9. No one's around us. John Wayne traffic, Delta 357, power back off gate 9. John Wayne traffic. All right, let's pop the buckets. I'm trying to incrementally increase the thrust so it's not full. That should be good. We can make that left turn. Let's set the brake. Brakes are set. They are. Let's make sure they are set. So you do have to set the brakes. Wait. There we go. You have to set the brakes proper. Depress the pedal and then press the brake button. I'm going to hide the yoke just because I can't really see as well. Yoke is hidden. All right, we are flaps 24. So we're going 1, 2, and 3. Slats first. Here's Wingnut's favorite animation. Zippy says, self-admitting I'm shill here, but the Fenix is the whole package for an add-on GSX integration, announcements per delivery. Yes, and systems I don't think can be. Zippy, you said it wonderfully, man. It's like the Fenix has changed the game in what default add-ons should include. They really have. That doesn't look like 24. Let's verify. That's 11. So we actually got to go 2 more. 15, 24 for the, what's it called? No flap sounds. I know, Wingnut. And I know you said there's that thud when the slats pop out. I know. We need that. Imagine if Boris did an MD-80 sound pack. That's what we need to do. Somebody get Boris on the horn. Before the 717s stop flying, he needs to start recording sounds on the 717s, because without those sounds recorded, he's not going to have any audio to get MD-80 sounds or this type of wing sound. I mean, they probably sound very similar in the MD-80 and the 717, right? Somebody tell him he needs to go book some flights on Delta before they stop flying them. All right, let's verify our flap position. That's 28. That's not correct. Flaps 24. This is why you set it from inside view. There we go. Flaps 24. TO is set. With flaps 24, let's take a look. What is that? That looks much better. All right, we're going to go ahead and close the packs right now. So we'll actually go supply off. So that's packs off. All right, packs off. People are going to get hot. Seatbelt sign is on. Oh, I can hear the pack cutout. That's pretty cool. All right, nose light. Let's go. And tiller cam is on. Let's go. Well, they're different engines. Yes, they're different engines, but he can at least get flap sounds. Yep, Apollo, we did a power back, of course. Is there any other way to back off the gate? Let's do a quick takeoff config test. Takeoff config normal. John Wayne traffic, Delta 357 crossing 20 left, hold short 20 right, John Wayne traffic. Taxi sounds don't sound off. Yeah, taxi sounds are decent. The FTsim sound, like, it's not a bad sound pack by any means. It's just not, you know, it's good for what you come to expect from FTsim. Like, these are good JTAD sounds, I feel like. I mean, this is no Just Flight F-28 sound pack, that's for sure. But this airplane without FTsim is almost unflyable for me, personally. All right, there we go. I got my speed bug set. We're going to hold short 20 right. We're going to go over a couple things here before we blast off. I'll hold short there. I know my tail's kind of sticking out, but... All right, so let's verify a couple things here before we blast off. All right, Stel, is there a... I guess acceleration is done manually, right? I'm here thinking, okay, you have to set your acceleration altitude. But that's all Airbus stuff. This is all manual. We're going to keep takeoff EPR until, what is it? What's the acceleration altitude? I forget off the top of my head. 3. Let me look at the takeoff obstacle notes. Somebody tell me what the default acceleration... 3070. Thank you. That's what it is. 3070. 3070. That's right. All right, so 3070. So at 3,000, we'll call it 3,100 feet. Then we're going to manually go into the climb detent. Or set climb mode in thrust. Right, so... Oh, Shaq's here. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Shaq, we're going SNA to Salt Lake. Sorry about your Eagles, man. So, let me review this in my head, because it's going to happen fast. So, we're going to set takeoff thrust. We are packs off, static, Toga takeoff, positive rate, gear up. At 1,000 feet, 1060, we're going to press climb. At 1060, we go climb thrust, but we're going to maintain V2 plus 10 of 142, which is bugged orange. After reaching 3,070 or 3060, yeah, 3060, that's okay, it's close enough, 3060, 3,000 feet, we'll just say, because by the time I hit it, then we're going to go VNAV and lower the nose. Sound right? I hope so. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that's right. Let's go ahead and set everything for takeoff. Pumps on, the lights are all coming on, the wing nacelle, and we'll get all of the lights on. Oops. Ah, you snuck past me there. Alright. John Wayne traffic, Delta 357 departing runway 20 right, John Wayne. Alright, spin it around a yoke cam. Let's go. Do I watch Stig Aviation? Sometimes, man. I'll throw his videos up to for like Getting ready to fall asleep too. Let's see if I can line this puppy up. Oh, click and drag bug got me. I think one of my favorite parts about the MD-80 is that wing light, the one on the very tip, that landing light I guess it would be, that extends out from the wingtip. It's just so cool. I use Blanco Lirio to fall asleep. Yeah, he's a good one too. Not a bad lineup. It's actually pretty good for a non-MD-80 driver. A little bit left. Alright. So how do I do this? So I forget. We're going to spool them up. Auto throttle. And then Toga, right? Here we go. Auto brakes are not armed, so the speed brake is not armed. Because this is old school Delta. So we should be good. Tio, here we go.
Takeoff thrust.
Yoga's in chat. Oh boy.
Climb. 80 knots, cross check.
Hitting turtles.
V1. Rotate.
Positive, right? Gear up.
Positive. Gear up. Lights out.
We're going, ignore the flight directors, we're going V2 plus 10, 142. There's 1,000 feet, climb thrust. They didn't derate. Why didn't they come back at climb thrust? Maybe it's just no sound. I feel like they should have come way back. Oh, packs are off. Oh, really? Interesting. All right, we're maintaining that 142. Look at this skyrocket. We can go nav. Nav track to the left. Here comes 3,000. 3060. VNav. We'll go one pack on.
Climb thrust set.
Slower the nose. Again, accelerating here. I kind of ignored that flight director tad. I got a little bit distracted. Flaps up one notch. Oh, I closed my window shade. Oh, geez. Don't sink. And comes 180. Flaps up.
Flaps zero.
Still got the slats out, and slats are coming in.
Slats retract.
Oh, geez, look at that. You retract the slats like that? That's pretty cool. That's why you really got to fly from up front. Don't do what I'm doing. All right, we're FMS EPR. We're climbing to 310. Nav track, VNav climb. Accelerating to 250k knots. And we also got to get that other pack on. So that's interesting. With packs off, climb thrust, it won't derate, huh? Or it won't spool back, rather. Maybe you don't do packs off in the MD-80. I don't know. I never took an MD-80 off out of John Wayne. Tyson, what's up, man? Look at that beautiful SoCal morning. Look at that shot. Tyson, what's going on, man? Can I pet the dog? Yeah, dude, the dog is doing good this morning. We're back on good terms. I do love that wing, though. I do love that Mad Dog style wing. Completely clean. Mad Dog Monday, it's the thing. I don't know. Maybe. Should we make Mad Dog Monday a thing? That's just awesome looking though. My only problem with this airplane is I want to look at it from the outside view, but you actually need to fly it. You really do need to fly it. Maintain that 250. And we'll do our after takeoff here. We're going to run over here. We're going to hit the hydraulic pumps to low. Trans and aux pumps off. Oh, that's override. There we go. Pretty much locked in on the trim. Mad Dog Mondays, TVM Tuesdays, and Phoenix Fridays. Oh, look, there's some other traffic right there. The max, and we could do MCAS Mondays. Shaq. I'll spool our range out just a tad. Good terrain on ND as well. Well, we don't really need it now that we're climbing out of 10,000 feet. All right, we'll retract the wing lights. The nose lights are coming off. Those are coming off. The cell lights are off. And up top, the logo light is off. 300 knots on the climb out speed. Look at that, Daddy Delta right there. It does hand fly pretty dang nice. I wish I could get my window shade open right there. Have we seen any pictures of 2024 with overcast clouds? I wonder if it's going to what the overcast looks like in 2024. Oh yeah, we'll reset dial a flap too. I'll get that as soon as I turn the autopilot on. I just wanted to kind of hand fly this departure at a 10 thou. We might just keep we might hand fly it up to 18. I'll get the dial a flap right over here now. Stow you. Dial a flap is stowed. Key 6, I downloaded the widget livery, but the widget livery won't work with the cockpit pack because it's a Leonardo default, or it's a Leonardo custom livery. So like the only, to my knowledge, unless there's a workaround, you can't get the high-res cockpit to work unless it's a community folder livery. Because some liveries are community folder, some liveries are, you have to go through the Leonardo manager. That hand is more creepy than the PMDG one. How's that for creepy, Bills Mafia? Let's go Jags. Got any Jaguars fans in the chat? Let's sync my heading bug up here a little bit. Can't fly the whole thing. George is on MEL. You know what? It actually wouldn't be that bad. Now, doing it while streaming and flying it with ATC, that would be a lot. But you can see now, I got her trimmed out. I'm virtually hands off, just a little bit of aileron correction here and there to keep us on path. No, I'm not a Jags fan, Rick Ensley, but I don't want the Bills to win. Everyone needs to be rooting for the Jaguars tonight against the Bills, Monday Night Football. Oh, the MD-80 FO's hand. Oh, I thought you were talking about mine, Bills. All right, that's right. I still don't take it back. Just kidding. I love you, man. All right, 15. That's close enough. Should we go? Yeah. See, I want to get back up to our flight director. Right about. Need a little bit more trim. Got a little bit too fast, I guess. All right, autopilot 1 is on. Full screen cam is on. And we are back. All right. 16.8. We'll hit the standard here in just another 1,000 feet. Gosh, I love... Oh, look at that traffic going into John Wayne, it looks like. Can barely see him right there. Oh, you know what's cool is my yoke is working with the... you can't see it now. But when we went into the turn, it's doing its own yoke thing like the real airplane, which is pretty cool. Look at that, seeing the traffic above the clouds down there. Man. I love this sim. Do you guys love this sim? Alright, there's 18,000 STDs for you, me, and the Bills Mafia. 299 or 2 set are across the board. Lights are set. Dial of flap is stowed. Wheel not turning. There's no off position, right? No, it's just up or down. Up to 310 or LNAV, VNAV. Smoke them if you got them, chat. It's kind of vibing with this window view right here. Are the Cowboys fans still loving the Zeke signing? Look, they almost came back yesterday. So I was very surprised that when they didn't get that 2-point conversion, though, I knew they would lose. When they didn't get that 2-pointer to make it a 1-score game, I knew it was over. Business approach I ever did was a 737-900 with heavy monsoon in Newark in an event in New York City. It was hard. I hand flew the entire approach. Jeez. Can't legally fly at RVSM altitudes. Correct, but you can fly through the RVSM altitudes and get a block altitude. Or you can request ATC block. I mean, not that that's not a normal thing at all. I don't live on the West Coast. Fubar, what's up, man? Are you asking Tolas for an early 330? No, I do not have 330 Axis. Right now, I don't even have my X-plane set up, so I don't think I would be able to do it justice, you know? I really hope this is a turn and not my force feedback yoke going bananas, yeah. I don't have my sim set up, so it wouldn't do it justice, really. Look at this, though. Look at this, chat. You've got the very thick marine layer, then you've got the terrain, and you've got like this like foggy haze on this side, and then as you get past the terrain, it's gone. Do you remember when volumetric clouds was like the big deal for P3D? I remember when volumetric clouds was like, this is massive. Because FSX, there was never volumetric clouds. But look at that. We still have a pretty dang on sweet sim, y'all. We have a pretty sweet sim. Don't worry, Tolas won't also do justice to anything unless it's a cardboard cutout of the real thing. Jeez. Hey, Gus, did you ask him if they have a tiller texture on the 330, though? The X-Plane vanilla should be the target. Oh, you mean like the target default? Right, because there is a 330 in X-Plane. Is anybody taking that 330 in X-Plane and making it a, like a Zebo? You know how a Zebo mod, I feel like you could take that default 330, because a model on that default 330 was actually not bad. From when I flew it, or when I saw it. Turk in the U.S., you really want that cloud turbulence, huh? Oh, look, I'd rather take a fixed ground effect / crosswind landing and an inertia on the ground over cloud turbulence any day. You know, Oh, well, we'll see. We're getting a little bit of turbulence. We're getting a little bit of light chop. A little bit of light chop. Where's Wingnut at? Light chop. We need a light chop emoji, I think. Two months to 24. I'm going to be very interested to see just how different the sim is. I am remaining cautiously optimistic. Very cautiously optimistic. I see some videos and I just want to get so hyped up. And then I see some other things and I'm like, I have reservations. I wish I was watching some Blue Games content yesterday about 24, and I don't know what he said. Like, there's no multiplayer support. Imagine if you could do multiplayer, like a campaign with your pilot career, or multiplayer missions. Now, my question is, can you do a mission in single player but connect to FTsim? Could you do that? If you can do that, then I think it would be fine. Because imagine doing a firefighting mission. Oh, hold on, I got a schedule alert. Imagine doing a firefighting mission on FTsim. It'd be like, hey, we got a wildfire at such and such. I'm going to need transition through this airspace, yada yada. If you could do that, that would be pretty cool. Now, I don't know if FTsim will allow that, or Iveo Premium or anything like that, because it could cause issues with traffic, obviously. Hold on, where's my... (27 September). What's that? That's this weekend, isn't it? Oof. Nah, ain't nobody got time to do a 4-day. Ugh. Disregard. FTsim would be lame and disallow it like military ops. Oh, you know what? You're probably right, Wingnut. You're probably right. Now, Iveo, we did an Iveo military op, which was freaking awesome. I hope you never watched it, Wingnut, because it's probably super cringy for you who actually knows what to do. But like we did a cargo drop in Alaska. As I think we were I think we were Air Force. We were like Air Force C-130 wannabe, even though we were in the C-160 Transall. But that dude like published a NOTAM and did all kinds of stuff for our airspace. It was so cool, so cool. Yeah, he even put up a no-fly, like a temporary NOTAM for our drop zone and everything. That was awesome. And yeah, Team Vodka was in the King Air doing observation. As a former software dev, I don't trust anything. I hear you, Al. I hear you. Imagine ZLA's response when you asked to do a fire drop in Alameda. That's true, dude. With a Lear 35 leading the way. So you have like a TFDI MD-11 and then a Lear 35 doing the pre-run or whatever it is with the marking. I don't know what they call that. I forget. Like the Learjet flies in front. Are you going to drop the 200 on Microsoft 24? 7.3 Pilot? I probably am. Here's what I've decided. I don't think I'm going to do the collector's edition. I don't even know if it's still available anymore. I was thinking about it, but I'm just not going to spend that much. I don't need any flight bags and stuff. I mean, it's cool to have the nostalgia of it all, but I just don't think it's wise. But I'm probably going to purchase whichever one has the most airplanes. So I don't think there's a difference between the collectors and then the next one down, right, which has all the airplanes. The collectors, you just get some additional paraphernalia. But I think it would be, I don't know, if it's anything like 2020, I think it will be worth it in the end, because remember how we had all the mods to the 7.8, and if you didn't have the 787, you didn't have a decent 787, right? Because you had to have the premium version or whatever. Now, was it worth the upgrade just for that? It's debatable. But with the amount of airplanes that are going to drop, I just want whatever has the SOP. I got to make sure I have the SOP. Oh, Zippy says you can buy planes separately? That's interesting. That might be a really good option. Then get one of the lower tiers, and then if airplanes get developed, maybe they get a little additional help in the in their depth simulation. That would be pretty. That would be actually a really good idea. Now, I don't know if they would allow that though. I don't know. Maybe they do. Imagine V1 rolling up to work with the flight sim flight bag. Oh yeah, there will definitely be issues. Can I go pee? No, the seatbelt sign is still on, Fabian. Seatbelt sign is still on. Saab is in the second most expensive. Premium Deluxe is what has the Saab. Okay. Well, I'm not getting anything less than Premium Deluxe then, because I have to have the Saab. Day one, what should we do first flight, chat? Day one, leg one, Saab 340. Even though I have no idea how to fly it. I don't remember. I'll have to fire up the Saab from X-Plane. Alright, 1,000 to go. I do like this. I feel like everything looks crisper, doesn't it? With this cockpit mod, which would make sense because it's a high res. Man, I don't want to like this airplane, but it's fun to fly. I don't want to like it, but it is fun. It's just got that weird mix of old and new, you know? I do wish we had HSI and a steam gauge. Like I wish we had, oh, it's the same on that side. We need a straight up round gauge version. V1 Sim hated that my 7.8 fell out the back of a truck because I wanted to try the mods but wasn't forking out that kind of money for one plane. Yes. No, and Zippy, the mods that we got on the 787 I don't think were worth the price of an upgrade for the sim, because that was, depending on what level you have, it was a pretty steep upgrade price, and I think you made the right call. Yeah, legit DC-9. Straight up DC-9, man. That would be pretty cool. Some old school AME ops day one. Alright, 310. Looks like we're nice and smooth. We'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. You are now free to move about the cabin. Seatbelt signs are off. That should be in deny mode. Actually, this is definitely pre-9/11, so that's unlocked. Matter of fact, yeah, it's wide open. A little bit of a cabin. Oh, I didn't even know we had a cabin. Actually, I mean, I knew we had a cabin, but didn't know you could walk back here without having the hack view. So quiet. But you see how it's quiet all the way back? Let's get a little louder. But no, even in cruise right here, if you're sitting right here, it's loud. It's still loud in cruise. LaGuardia to DCA. If I recall the difference between Premium Deluxe and Aviators, the Aviators includes all current Microsoft Store planes produced by Zoba that you can buy now. Okay. The A304 is pretty cool. Or I'm sorry, the A400. That's what I meant. Yeah, the A400. And isn't Boris doing the sounds on the Airbus A400M? Finally, we can go pee. Yeah, you're free to move out the cabin. January 1st, 2000, JFK, Charlotte, Atlanta, Memphis, sitting in the back of the MD-80 in pure misery. The batteries in my Walkman were dead. Had to use a couple of cigarette butts to plug my ears. The engines were so loud. Eagle 1. Thanks for sharing, man. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a day on an MD-80, man. Sitting in the back, your Walkman batteries are dead, and you got to use the cigarette butts. I have a feeling the i5 Max 8 is the Max that's in 24. They keep posting finished photos, but no release or price. I think Microsoft paid them for the Dash 8. Ooh, Shaq Oatmeal firing up the flight level 410 Learjet talk, conspiracy talk. You know, I actually think that might be true, Shaq. I'm gonna hop on that conspiracy with you, man. I would agree with you. I think that happened to more devs than we know of. I think the King Air was the same thing. I think that King Air was, they were paid by, is the default King Air. There was somebody making the C90 GTX or whatever, and now it's in the default sim. Oh, it's confirmed working title did it? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Shaq. Nah, never mind. Your conspiracy's wrong. Yeah, I still have the Twatter Team Vodka. I guess it is getting a tweak in 24 now. But I just don't think that Twin Otter is worth much anyway. There's not a whole lot to it, and unless the physics are drastically different on the water, which they might be. You know, you look at the original trailer video of 24 and you see the water physics. I know Jeff Fabiano pointed this out way back when the 24 trailer was first released. There could be some decent water physics, which means it would be pretty fun to do some twatter ops with floats. Go back to Bora Bora. The shaking thing it did in flight. What do we got on the what do we got on the little musical track playlist? Oh, that's a cool shot right there. Look at that. I know I'm looking forward to the career stuff in 24, especially the firefighting. The firefighting is the most interesting thing to me. Absolutely is. I'd buy a completely new twatter, yes, like a fully modeled. Here's the other thing. I haven't really looked specifically, but I feel like I would have seen it by now. I haven't heard anything in regards to turboprop modeling. I know there's some significant limitations in 2020 when it comes to modeling turboprops. And I know turboprop modeling has been a challenge for all sims. Even X-Plane 11 had some challenges with it. Now, it definitely did it better than Default 2020, and then you have guys like Black Square come out that make some pretty darn good models for what they can within the limitations of the sim. I don't know if whatever those quote-unquote limitations are going to be addressed at all in 24. I'm going to wager and say they're probably not, because I think that's such a small niche of a request to have a realistic turboprop model, although it would be really nice. I just don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I would love to do some firefighting ops. Now, Dreamlifter is interesting. Not too I mean, it's just a 7.4, right? I'm much more excited about the prospect of PMDG bringing a 7.4. If PMDG drops a 7.4, which I know they will eventually, right? They showed that photo. There's no need for any other 7.4, default or otherwise. If PMDG drops their 7.4, it's game over. We also need a mod to the CRJ. Yes. We might bust out that CRJ here. I kind of want to keep this week to JT8Ds. I want to do the F28, which are the SPAY engines. We might have to bust out the CRJ. Got a pretty sweet livery of Whiskey Throttle that I want to take out of Fenix. Do a Fenix, maybe like Fenix to do a Tucson run. Ugh. If Felix comes in, you'll be all over. Well, yeah, I would, Zippy, but that's not going to happen. I wish. Yeah, Gus. So the changes to the API will be most minimal, right? Because it's just, yeah, it's just how you. I mean, it's how you make money, man. Microsoft didn't get rich by being stupid. They spent a lot of money in missions and single player stuff to repackage the game, and at its core, it'll be mostly the same, which is what I believe. I just hope that we can land in crosswinds. That's the biggest one. Even more so than like the ground physics itself. I want to be able to land in a 25 knot crosswind and have proper flight control inputs and my airplane do the proper responses. That's all I want. I know the click and drag bug is still there. I saw that in the video. Really, Team Vodka, I'll have to try your CRJ flight model fix. If I don't have it. I don't have it, I don't think. Phoenix to Oakland. Ooh, yeah, Key 6. We could do Phoenix, Oakland. Ooh, Aspen, Denver would be actually a better route. Kyle Ferris, I don't think the sounds are not of quality on the 777. They fixed them. I think the sounds that they have now are pretty good. I think they're pretty good now. And the flap sounds are the best in the. I think they're the best in the sim. Right there with the 7.2. Think you'll sneak in a small tour before 24 drops? I don't think so, Logo Lights. I think our next tour is going to have to be what, at 3? How many subs do we have? 40,000? Yeah, so probably 50K. We'll wait till 50K. I don't want to start anything big. We might do a 45K small special, but we'll see what happens with 24. Northwest Ops? Ooh. Perhaps. Oh yeah, that's the wrong route, whoever requested that, Fonzie. That's the wrong route. We're going, I wouldn't even know where we're going. Salt Lake. I don't know if that's the most requested. I guess I should update that one because I no longer run the overlay. Do you guys like the overlay being gone? I never pursued fixing it. I just feel like it opens up the screen to just be clean, you know? You can always ask in chat, or you can use the title to see the route of flight. I mean, that's really all the overlay did. Half the time it would bug out. And even when it doesn't bug out, like, meh. I don't mind it being gone, right? Just a full clean image. Yes, I did see that the clouds are whiter in the 24, which is nice. The Aviator, I have the TBM 850 already scheduled. It's unlisted. I was going to do 2 legs today. I was going to do a TBM 850 stream after this. Oh, look at that shot. That's a cool shot right there. I just don't know if I'll have the time, depending on when we get into Salt Lake. Now, I want to actually keep track on the... Oh, schedule alert. Schedule alert. Oh, 14 minutes ago? That thing is gone by now. Are you kidding me? Ain't no way I'm going to want that. Yeah, nobody's got time for a 4-day. I got a tournament this weekend as well. I can't take that trip. Let's go back to outside view. I like that angle right there, top down. Oh, I never did get to see how far we are from top of descent. Progress page. Next page. Is there a way to see TOD? I don't think so. We're Salt Lake. We're 395. Where's our distance? Cruise descent page. 7.5. Estimated descent at Yip. Is that right? Cruise altitude 310. Oh, I don't think that didn't make any difference. You don't have a TOD? Where's my distance to Salt Lake? Here we go. 388. Yippee! End of descent at Yippee. Okay, that's the bottom. I have a step climb to 330? Do I really? Where's my step climb? Cruise altitude 310. Step 2. No, I don't want a step. Can I delete the step? I think that's just in there by default. I don't think I have a step. I think that's just default. You could do some inter-island hops with the... Ooh, Alaska 717. Yes, we don't have a 717, though. We might do it in the F-28. I think we might take the F-28 out to Hawaii again. You could do so... Or, you Fort Worth Alliance cargo ops, Payware airport is fun, especially at dusk night, coming into the city from the east. There's an Alliance airport scenery? I didn't know there was an Alliance airport scenery. Less ashy looking. Yes. I like that. Wow, David, I didn't know there was I might have to look at that. That'd be kind of cool, doing Alliance Fort Worth. Ooh, where are we flying over? This is Vegas. Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, just want to welcome you aboard our flight this morning. I want to just give you a little piece of confidence that I'm a 32-year naval aviator. I've logged 57 and a half carrier landings in a combat scenario. So you're in good hands this morning. We're going to be doing a flight over Las Vegas. If you look out the left wing here, you can see we got Las Vegas. About another 330 miles to our top of descent. Just want to extend our welcome once again. Thanks for flying Delta Airlines. How to do Wingnut's announcement. There's a 727 blast out of Alliance every so often. Really? Still diabetic, lad? Look at that. Look at Vegas down there. That's pretty cool. Oh, shoot. Wingnut's still here. Damn it. I thought I snuck that one in. I once took a TBM 850 from Hawaii to Indonesia. I was island hopping in the Pacific Ocean. Also, do you ever watch Cockpit Casual? I do watch Cockpit Casual, man. Yeah, those guys, I like that. There's a new video out. I haven't watched it yet. I'm saving it for when I need to go to sleep. Oh, I forgot to add servant leader in there. I forgot to add servant leader. That's my bad. A test flight out of Alliance. Okay, now that is almost a screenshot worthy. Screenshot. A little bit of contrail in the background. Vegas down there. I gotta say, I like this old school Delta Airlines. For all you prospective pilots out there, take note of how this is written here. Delta Airlines. My plane, my cargo, my crew. My goodness, what a tool. Dude, that was I thought it was, I didn't think it was real at first, Wingnut. I didn't think it was real. I can't believe it was real. Have you flown with them? Is that a contrail or a chemtrail? Definitely a contrail. Oh, look at that bank angle check. I bet you Fly Navy's flown out of this airport once or twice. Oh, he's on the boomer jet. Ah, well, hey, soon enough. Well, maybe you'll probably upgrade to the boomer jet. That's gonna be that's what you're gonna do. You take your dinosaur, you're gonna get your fix in, then you're gonna upgrade to the boomer jet, and you're gonna be like, wow, this is what I've been missing my whole life. Yep, that's Nellis. That's a cool shot of the lake. Hoover Dam would actually be over there. But that looked like some pretty good ortho right there. Pretty good ortho there. It's been a while since I've seen a V1 stream. Yesterday, all the F9 crew got off the plane, take pics of the C-17. Hey, you know what, Abdilo? I saw your pics, man. We do need to go back to Ponce. What should we take to Ponce? Should we take a 7.2? So, if I have a little something coming in the mail, when it shows up, we will do a 727 stream. We might have to take it into Ponce. Maybe go Miami to Ponce, get a little green dot. We'll take the American bare metal livery again. That's the passenger. Or we could, you know what, we could take EVA Air Cargo. Could do an EVA Air Cargo run. I have to update my Ponce. Well, the last time I flew into Ponce, or the last time I tried loading in, it crashed. It keeps crashing the sim. Ooh, an Amerijet 727. Newark to Ponce and a 7.2, that'd be a long flight. I think we'll have to save that one for an actual passenger variant. Zippy, You have issues with Fenix on approach? Wait, Zippy, are you the one that was talking about stutters on final? That's not you, was it? We need to take the 7-2 into Ponce. Should we do a long haul? Should we just do it from... Where could we go? Kennedy to Ponce in a 7-2? INS over the water? That's scary. Considering that sometimes it updates... Well, I don't know. Maybe we should... Oh, look at that contrail traffic on the left. That's so cool. I think we should do Miami Ponce 727 bare metal. Some green dot aviation. Do you think it's time for another tour, Jeremy? I'm saving it for 45K or probably 45K. But I'm thinking of not doing a tour. I'm actually, Jeremy, what I want to do, and I wanted to do it earlier, but I just ran out of time, was I wanted to go back to Asia and do some mini Asia tour flying with our Asia theme song, because we didn't really... I feel like our Asia tour wasn't given enough justice because it was mostly an X-plane. And not that X-plane was bad, but when I look back at the content, what we have in Microsoft 2020 now, flying in Asia would be a completely different experience. Now, I will say, I think the highlight of that Asia stream was when we all took A300s to China. Where airport did we fly into? Zhangzhou? And then the controllers came online. And we're all flying A300s, and he's giving us meters and stuff, and we're trying to convert meters and feet, and that was wild. But that was a really cool approach, and there with the city light, just flying over the city. I would love to fly over that city in Microsoft 2020. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe we'll do that for 45, and then at 50 we'll do something new. Somewhere we haven't been before. We were supposed to do Europe for 40K subs. Were we? Did we forget to do a tour at 40K? I forget. Maybe we should just do it at 50K. Zippy says, I get low FPS, so I start getting the porpoising. Well, really? Oh. But Zippy, is it still an issue? Because it's... I thought the last changelog said they fixed that. That's kind of cool. Do a mileage check here. Distance to... So, like, we're 319? Really? Still? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's cool. I thought they fixed it. 727 Pan Am with cheat line livery. Is there available, Wingnut? Is there a Pan Am livery? I thought I saw the billboard Pan Am 727. Let me look on the FSTO. FSS 727 liveries. Oh, there's some new... Oh my... Did you see the Delta widget? Astrojets? What? There's an Astrojet 7.2? Is that legit? Was the Astrojet on? Yeah. Dude, Wingnut, go look at the Astrojet. We might have to fly that one. It's either Astrojet, Delta widget. Okay, the screenshots on this Delta widget livery are awesome. Who's this painter? Greg P. Zimmer. Dude, the screenshots? Y'all, look, go here. Go to this link. Just look at the screenshots. That is giving me 7.2. We might have to fly that for the black nose. Where could we go to Ponce for our Delta Ops? LaGuardia to Ponce? 7.2 short field takeoff. Max Toga blast off. Dude, that widget, those screenshots alone make me want to fly that. And then the Astrojet, look at this one too. Look at that. Astrojet, or I'm going to put a poll in chat. We got to determine. Next 727 flight. Hopefully Lucas is not here. He'll be mad at me that we're not doing it in the total air cargo. Oh gosh, my mouse DPI just went through the roof. Let's see. Astrojet. Delta widget. Or some cargo variant. Alright. Check those links out. We're going to vote. Astrojet, Delta widget, or cargo. I can't fly Pan Am after seeing those two. Because let me look. Let me see if I can find the Pan Am livery now. See what it looks like. PSA one's not bad. Oh, they do have it. Oof. Comes with most dirt removed. Who is this? Captain Anubis. Oh, damn. Should we have added? No, see, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it, Wingnut. That Pan Am has dirt removed. It looks too clean. And the other one's too plain. Close. Close, Captain Anubis. But I think the other two liveries are better. If we're gonna hack the FSS to make it look like a passenger variant, we got to fly a really, really good livery. Not that those aren't good liveries. It's better than anything I could do. But I have high... I don't want to say that sounds mean. But there are specific things I look for in a livery. Some creators got them. Some creators don't. For my personal taste in liveries. Whiskey Throttle, Silky Smooth, MJVC, whatever his name is. Some really good creators out there. They're all better than anything I could do, that's for sure. But I look for... I just don't like a clean look. Even brand new airplanes, I mean, nowadays it's a little bit different. I mean, yeah, they're mostly clean, but when you start doing retro jets, these things were leaking all the time, man. Oil, grease smears, just gotta have the dirty. Gotta have the dirty. Ooh, Northwest Bowling Shoe? Is that one out, Shaq? Let me look for that one. Let me see. NWA. Is there a bowling shoe livery? Surely there's not. Did Whiskey drop any for the 7.2 yet? Oh my gosh, my flight. You guys are crashing the FlightSim TO. I can't navigate now. It's too slow. Too many of you. Everyone needs to get off FlightSim TO. You're making it too slow for me. That Flying Tiger one is pretty dang good. If it goes cargo, we'd have to go Flying Tiger probably. Or Eva. I don't see a Northwest Bowling Shoe, Shaq. Aerosucra. Unless I missed it, I don't see one, Shaq. The thing that I loved about that Emery Worldwide was the flaps. Whoever this guy is, who is this? Aviation CHC. His flap textures on that Emery Worldwide are the best 727 flap dirt we've seen. Yeah, FlightSim Dad. I see the X Northwest Orient one there. Yeah, that one is pretty cool too. I think I actually have that one downloaded. It's got no badging on it. That would be a fun one to take out of Victorville. Thoughts on the Twin Towers add-on? There's a Twin Towers add-on? Okay, if there is, I'll do that and we'll fly out of New York. That would be really cool to see. Aviator Edition has the 707. Oh yeah, well I'll be getting the 707, man. Aero Air Cargo, Oil Air Burner leaves more than it burns. Oh yeah, Corey, the 707 will be on stream, dude. Absolutely. Wow, you guys are voting. You guys are voting cargo 21. Okay, so here's the thing. We'll get to 100 votes. Yeah, that's pretty much dead. So there's a win between, but it's split because I threw in that cargo. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We had 100 votes. Somebody just tried to vote twice because it went down. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do another poll between just Delta and Astrojet. Because this is potentially a long haul on a 727, so we got to make sure everyone's going to be happy. So now the final poll will be between those two. it's going to be between Delta and Astrojet. Gosh, that Delta widget does look good. But the chrome. All right, this is it. There's our final poll for our next one. And we might be able to do it tomorrow, depending on if I check my mail. To be clear, the black nose widget. Yes, Wingnut. Yeah, did you see it? Did you click on the link? Why didn't you click on the link? Click on the dang link, dude. And look at the screenshots. Oh, I see what you mean. He has two options. Yeah. No. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, but dude, I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was an option to not have the black one, the black nose. I do like how it says "We the People." That wouldn't be allowed today. That's for dang sure. I'm actually surprised Delta put that on their airplane. I didn't even know that was there. That had to be before the black nose, right? Or was that after? Stop the count. Where do I mail my vote? Oh no. No, Lucas is here. Lucas. I was just talking about you, man. Dude, I promise you, Lucas. Look, hey, I tried. They voted passenger ops, man. But I'll tell you what, we will be total air cargo. It will happen, my man. Don't give up on me yet. Don't give up on me yet. Thanks for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate it. Look, I'm a man of the people, okay? Before the black nose. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense, Wingnut. So definitely, as time progressed, the wokeism went up a little bit, I think. Okay, so this is interesting. My second monitor just went black. Interesting. So yeah, but the black nose on anything is superior. I even liked the Southwest, the brown with the black nose. I can't believe Astrojet is not... I'm just saying, I can't believe it's not a closer race. That widget is hot, but that Astrojet is super hot too. I just can't believe there's not... I thought it would be like a 2% race. The last Brazilian ops V1 rage quitted the 7.2. That is true. Okay, so my second monitor is going black. Like it's turning off and turning on, turn off, turn on. Interesting. PMDG has the best Astrojet livery. Yes, on the 7.3. Okay, hey, that's a good point, Wingnut. If Astrojet doesn't win, which it appears it's not going to win, we might have to do the 7.3 stream in it. Because I remember the pictures. Was it you that posted the picture in the Discord of that Astrojet 7.3? Or was that a 7.5? The Astrojet 7.5 is just... good night. I might have to put the second monitor in MEL. Key 6, I keep forgetting. So I want to... next time I go flying, I'm gonna take a page of the MEL stickers because I want to use them for a couple things. I keep forgetting to grab a pack from maintenance. Like, hey, can I get some MEL stickers? I'm gonna put it on my PC. I'm gonna put it on parts that aren't working. All right, we are 239. There's top of descent up there. So we are. Oh, we got time for maybe one more song. And then we are Audi. Let's see. We'll let this one play out. Man, MD-80 is... I think it's just nostalgic. I think that's why I like it so much, because it's so nostalgic for me. Because I want to say I miss it and I love the MD-80 so much, but all my real-world experiences on the MD-80, not all of them, but a lot of them were pretty miserable. Now, there were some fun ones. A buddy of mine that I went through initial training with at my regional, his dad was a captain at TWA and then obviously American, and so he was on the 80, and I would jump seat on his flight for, I don't know, it was in Philly in a snowstorm, one of those commutes back home, and he refused to leave the gate without me on that airplane. He was making sure that the gate agent had me on. It was just before Christmas. And then it turned into one of the longest commutes home, though, because it was like 5.5 hours, 6 hour block between de-icing and going back and getting more fuel. And the crew was determined as ever to get out of Philly, completely full. But, I mean, I was so happy to be home. But, man, your legs after 3-4 hours on that jump seat, let alone 5.5. What about the Black Nose A310 sometimes? Does the A310 still work, Shaq? Does it still work? I thought it was bugged out. Will be your first stream livery 100%. Wait a second. Wingnut? Is Wingnut starting a channel? Wingnut, what's your link to your channel, man? Abdullah says, I'd love to see you from PUJ. I know that. Punta. Where's PUJ? I know that one. Ponce PUJ. I know that. PJJ? No, PUJ. Wow, my eyes are going cross-eyed trying to read PUJ. Looks like 2 J's. Yes, winter ops in 24. You weren't using the footrest for the jump seat? No, Gus. I'm trying to. I don't remember if. I think I knew about it on that by that time. But yeah, for my first handful of flights on the MD-80, I had no idea what the footrest was. My legs were numb every single time. What's the link? Wingnut, we got to raid his stream. Wingnut's gonna start. He's gonna work for V1 Sim Nation. He's gonna take over the channel. I'll give him the reins. I think we should be the first ever to do that. Wingnut, team up, not necessarily team up. Well, I guess it would be kind of team up. You can log in and stream on Wingnut time. That would actually be pretty cool. No, not like an FO. Like, I mean, straight up, you run the channel as well. Like, you do your streams whenever, and like it's all you. All right, we'll play this out. We're just getting ready for TOD, then we'll set up. Punta Cana. That's why I wanted to say Punta Cana. World Atlantic and Swift Air. You know what? There's a World Atlantic MD-80 livery that I almost flew today. MD-80 flight from DFW to MSY in 2019. The jetway was stuck against the plane. Had to be pulled away by tug. On takeoff, the cockpit door flew open and got stuck. Nice. You do the flying. I'll do the... Oh, you do the bourbon stream. That would be good. That would be good. Shared flight on Zebo. Now, that would be pretty cool. That would be cool. We should do a shared flight. Why don't we do shared flight PMDG 7.3? Can't you do it? I thought you could. But I'm pretty sure Wingnut runs Microsoft Flight Sim on like a 2002 Hewlett Packard laptop, so I'm not sure how it would run. Where's the link to your channel, Wingnut? Shared flight, rotate MD-11. Thomas Ray still banging for the MD-11. I just can't. Look, I mean, 24 is on the horizon. I can't get another sim installed right now. I just can't do it. This is the sim for me. When 24 drops, by that time, I'm sure X-Plane 12 will have the 330 Neo and maybe something else, so then we can look. Is the 707 released? Wasn't there a 707 for X-Plane? By this, they did a scenery. Nimbus? Because I would do that. Tolas 330 Neo, Nimbus 707. I'll get X-Plane 12 installed then we'll take a look at it. All right, we got to start prepping for our descent. So we're going to pause the music. We're going to juice up the sounds here. Now we got to go back to work. All right, what did the poll come out to be? Let's do an XP72 GoPro view here real quick. I can't get up on the glare shield though. This FSX limitation of cockpit movement. All right, 60-40. Widget 727 long haul. It's quote unquote long haul. INS over the water. So we'd have to go LaGuardia to Ponce. How long is that flight going to be? Yeah, we need to. Yeah, come up with good names for a Wingnuts channel. I'd say servant pilot. All right. I just want to say this real quick, and then I'm going to prep for descent. Let me sky vector that. LaGuardia. I don't think we've ever done that route, have we? LaGuardia. What's Ponce's ICAO again? PSE. TPSE? TJS Day? That's San Juan. What the heck is Ponce? TJPS. TJPS. Over the water straight line is 1,500 miles. 1,500 miles straight line distance. We'll have to INS nav it. Maybe we can do a DME update over Bermuda. That's our only place we'd be able to do it. How long is that going to take in a 727? At like 8.3 Mach. No flare sim. Bolter sim. Ooh, bolter sim. We'll think of a good one for Wingnut. We're going to think of a good one for Wingnut. All right, let me look at the star. Let's go back. Let's get Salt Lake up here. Let's get Navigraph up. It's time to go to work, chat. All right, we are landing north, right? Let's take another look at the weather. Winds are still calm. The ATIS right now is showing 16s. What do we have in the box? 16 left, I believe we do. We do have in the box 16 left. We loaded that up fully, so that's good. Let's go to the charts. Quen 5 arrival. Key 6 with a $5 third wire sim. Ooh, 3-wire sim, dude. 3WS. That's pretty good. 3-wire sim. That's pretty hot, dude. 3-wire sim. I don't know if everybody would get it though. Most people should. It'd be 3-wire or third wire. That'd be cool. All right, we're coming off the MILF transition here. Or no, yeah, MILF to the Zach Wilson Hunter transition. Frenzy at 15. Quen is at 11. Camp is at 11. So the bottom is 11,000 through and through. So with that being said, it's easy. Let's just set 11,000 right now. We'll set 11,000 as far as the star is concerned. Key 6, I didn't get to read your super chat though. Thanks for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate you. It says V1 fly with contest. 2 winners fly 727 shared cockpit with V1 on stream. You're welcome. Ooh, so like the best screenshot at right after takeoff. That's a good idea, Key 6. Listen, if we have shared cockpit working on the 7.2 or just shared cockpit in Microsoft, we just need it to be working. If we have a good shared cockpit in the sim, I will definitely look into it. I think it'd be so fun to do that, man. I mean, Starbucks sold out of but Key 6, I appreciate that. Appreciate the suggestion because that'll probably happen, my man. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Diabetic Lad, it's supposed to update it. It's supposed to have updates working now. The last hotfix, at least the one that I got. All right. So there's our arrival. We're going down to 11 at camp. Going into the approach for 16 left. We'll pin this chart. I have it out off of iron transition. We may not go all the way out. We'll vector ourselves just to the left of the field, put us on an extended downwind. 109.5 is the freak that we're looking for. 109.5. We'll dial you in. Our final approach course is 164. 164 set. We'll set it on this side as well. Yeah, 109.5. 109.5, 109.5, 164 is set. Our minimum descent altitude is 4427. Minimum descent altitude. Where art thou? Oh, no. 2902. 4427 is just about 200 feet above. 200 feet on the DH is set. It's spin our heading bug around. We'll do manual brakes, full reverse. Is my window shade still closed? Yeah, it's still closed, dang it. Water dropped a meme on the Discord. Uh-oh. I'll have to take a look at it. Let me see. Let me see. What did water drop on the Discord here? Gosh, that widget livery is so good on that 7.2. Oh my goodness me. Oh no. I like it. I like it, Water. That's pretty dang good, man. You know what's funny is I actually passed out at like 6:30 p.m., 6:45. I mean, I was out like a light. I was so tired. I had 3 hours of sleep because I was watching the Colorado game in overtime. Then I fished the tournament all day, standing out there in like 30-mile-an-hour winds and 3-foot rollers. I was done. That's funny, though. I like it, Water. Water even brought out the Boomer meme footage for this one. He sure did, man. He sure did. Listen, when I turn that guy's age, I hope I'm doing that. I hope I'm doing that. Christopher, yeah, we're giving the Mad Dog a second chance. And look, the Mad Dog, it's been a happy dog today. Everything's been good. I've been enjoying it. We had a wonderful takeoff. We had a wonderful flight over here. We're just about ready to start our descent. My only question is, do I have to press anything? I feel like I have to press VNAV or something. Do I press VNAV now? Because we're VNAV level. Do I arm it, or do I just not touch it? That's the only thing I forget how to do. Now that looks wrong, unless... Is that right? Is that low? Should that be over the ADI like that? Anyway, we're just getting ready to start down. We're looking good. Get a few more juicy outside views while we can. Press the Alt to arm. Push the Alt? I don't know how to push it. I can only pull it. I can only pull the altitude knob, right? Unless there's a secret key binding to push it. If I pull it, won't it... I'm not going to listen to Gustavo. He's trying to saboteur me. I'm going to wait till TOD. I think if I pull it, it'll start down, right? Let's zoom the range in a little bit more. We'll take a look at that. We're approaching at 10 miles. 10 miles will start down. Or, 5 to 10 miles will start down. Pull it. It'll pop. Going to be saying bop it. Twist it. The bop it's? Oh my gosh. I remember those commercials. Pull it. Twist it. Bop it. No slew. No, we're not slewing today. Slew Stavo. Tell Slew Stavo to get out of here with his slew mode. It descends automatically? Really? Let's see. I know it says reset altitude if you don't set it. Let's come down here. Do I need to set anything in this page? Descent, we're doing 7.5, 240 at 10. There's our bottom descent. There's our descent now if we want to, which we don't, so that's fine. And knit ref, we're doing flaps 40, 128 on the speed. And we got plenty of 109.5. Yeah, we're not going to run landing data because I know we can land on a 12,000 foot runway. What's INOP System Cat 2? INOP System Cat 2, where do you see that? INOP System Cat 2. That just means you can't do Cat 2, or if it's INOP, whatever's INOP, you're prohibiting from doing Cat 3, so maybe your Cat... It depends on the sticker. I don't see a sticker. Oh, status on the Fenix 320. Oh, so your Cat 2 is INOP. You have something broken that's not allowing you to do INOP. Or that's not allowing you to do Cat 2. I don't know what's broken, but whatever your status is, something is something's not working. Here's your answer for the 100s on the altitude knob. Oh. But the only way to actually do it for 100 is to press the tab key on the keyboard while turning the knob using a mouse. Okay, tab key. Got you, thank you. Hey, look, it's coming back by itself. All right, thank you, Aviator. So tab key for hundreds. I don't think we need it because we don't have anybody online right now, right? Yeah, no centers online, so we're all by ourselves up here. We are starting down. We're about ready to go to work. We're on the descent. We'll put terrain up. High density altitude. What's the temperature? Temperature in Salt Lake right now is 23, so it's not that hot. 23 degrees, 4,000 foot field elevation. It's not going to be crazy. I'm not going to have a crazy high density altitude, but it's definitely higher than if you're landing at sea level, obviously, right? 4,000 feet. So I'm going to try to remember this. Now, there's a fine line between knowing when to flare in the MD-80 and flying a little bit higher than when you're supposed to flare in the MD-80 versus Airbus flaring. For me, I have to remind myself constantly when I'm flying the sim to not do an Airbus flare. But if you're really confident in landing the MD-80 at lower density altitudes, when you get to that higher density altitude, you're going to need to get ready to flare a little bit sooner, at least you should, because at high density altitudes, the aircraft is going to react it's actually going to react a little bit slower. So if you wait till the last minute and you go to flare at high density altitude, you don't have the performance that you would have at sea level. So the airplane will just naturally come down and plonk into the runway. So try to get that flare in just a touch earlier than you normally would. Now with this density altitude, it's not going to be crazy. It's not like we're landing up at Bogota or something like that. So not going to be crazy different, but you do have to know how to kind of finesse her down as the density altitude gets up. Plenty long runway. We'll go full reverse, manual brakes. Spoilers will arm them. Should be good to go. So the VNAV descent, we're on track. That looks good. Now there is a hold in there, it looks like. Or is that part of the mist? Let's go to the legs page. Quinn's camp. I think that's the mist approach hold that we're looking at. Yeah, hold at FFU. Is that Fort Union? So it has us coming back and holding there, but that's not, that we're going to fly past that. Down we go. New update for the Fenix. Yeah, there was an update today, small update, patched. Is the 319 fixed with the don't sink? Whenever I get a fresh Navy pilot, I always had to work on teaching him how to flare. I think that's pretty much standard throughout the aviation, man. And even the ones that are experienced, sometimes they revert back to their old ways. The old law of primacy, right? This is how you land. Kablamo. Now, I've had my fair share of kablamos, though. Can't remember where I saw it, but I watched a 7.3 come in a high altitude landing and it looks uncomfortably fast. That's the other thing, Zippy. So that's when you got to look at your brake temperatures. You have to think about all these things because high density altitude means a higher true airspeed. A higher true airspeed means you're going to have a faster ground speed. So your ground speed is going to be much faster. Therefore, your stopping distance is going to be increased. Therefore, your brake temperatures are going to be increased, and your landing distance is going to be longer. So you got all those things working against you. Now, where it really starts to get kind of squirrely is if you're doing a high-density altitude landing at a high-density altitude airport, like maybe Denver, somewhere in South America, like I mentioned, or even up here in Salt Lake. Salt Lake, summertime, it's no slouch. I mean, it's 4,400 feet. Like, it's up there. But it's only 23C. If it was 100 degrees or 90 degrees and it's gusty, that's where you really start to see the squirreliness pop in. So high density altitude and really gusty conditions, that's where you start considering your options. Weigh the difference between maybe a flaps 3 landing in the Airbus, flaps 28 landing in the MD-80 versus going full flaps. A little bit more, the airplane will react a little bit faster for you in a lesser flap configuration, less drag, right? So you'll have even a faster true airspeed though. So if you want to come in at flaps 3 or flaps 28, now your ground speed is going to be even higher. So you got to make sure you have the landing distance, got to make sure you have the performance to stop. But where it's also going to help you too is the big one is the go around. You get a wind shear or some scenario that causes you to have to go around, and if there's terrain off the end of the runway that you need to worry about, then definitely the flaps 3, flaps 28 is going to be much more in play than just going full flat. My flight instructor was teaching me how to land in the Cessna. He said, I can't teach you how to finesse it. You'll eventually just do it. Yes. Yeah, you get in the zone about how once you get it down and that initial, I guess you could say like initial flare where you've arrested the descent rate enough to where you can really finesse those final few feet, that's where the skill comes in. Now, I'm going to give you an example on how you absolutely just plonk it down. That's what today's stream is about. We're going to just show you how to just chop and drop. All right, we're out of 17.8. Altimeter 3003 is set. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelts on. No smoking is on. And we'll go ahead and close the cockpit door for our descent. Now, we are landing at the Freeware Salt Lake, which... Next to kind of go around. Oh, Zippy, yeah, that was pretty wild. I remember when Zippy had to go around in where were we? Aurora, yeah. Guatemala City. La Aurora Airport. That was one of the more fun approaches I've flown in the sim with the F-28. I mean, I didn't realize how gusty it was, and we had our turbulence setting on medium too, so it was extra gusty. And it was battling the force feedback, and that was a sporty approach. Yes, put it on the excuse list, Wingnut. I was demonstrating a common error. Out of all the airplanes I've flown, which include the 7.4 all the way down to the J3 Cub, the MD-80 is the one I would pick to fly to hell and back. Wow. That's saying a lot. You know what, Greg? I've heard that a lot from a lot of guys who flew the MD-80. Just, they loved it. You know what? And they all had their reasons, but I don't know if I ever ran into anybody that said, oh, I don't like flying the MD-80. I think everybody that I know that has flown the MD-80 always had positive things to say about it. Spicy as hell, wind's got about 400 feet, dropped like a rock. Yes. Yeah, man, your first go around Zippy was pretty awesome. It's cool seeing that on the Aveo Premium. Anyone doing banner towing in 24? Probably not I. Yeah, I really wish I could get my window shade open here. Dang airplane dynamic window shade, close my window. Ooh, let me get flight recorder up and ready. Checking to see if a package was delivered. Nope. Ooh, there's 11,000. We'll level off here. Let's go speed select. Gosh, I forget how to do this. Speed select 250. Altitude hold. We're going to slow to 250, and we're also going to give ourselves a headings in the standby here. We'll hit camp, and then we're going to turn outbound. We're going to slow to 250. Wow, look at the haze out there. That's pretty cool. Turn the sounds up. I would like to do product deliveries in Colombia in 2024. I don't think that will be a mission, Lucas. Jesus, Tri-Jet Sim pilot. I feel like the ortho on the mountains at Salt Lake could be better. The X-Plane 11 Salt Lake, when you had the custom ortho, looked really good. I had Fork Boy ortho. That's a blast from the past. Old Fork Boy. Yeah, Tom, we will. We will. We'll make it a mission. All right. I'm going to give ourselves a vector for the downwind. Be left, and we'll cut across the final. I don't think, will they vector you to the right for 1/6 left? Probably not. So let's go ahead and select heading. Heading select to the left. And we are going to descend and maintain 9,000. 9,000 is set. IAS Mach hold. Clamp 250. We'll get all our lights extended and on, because I don't know the light procedure for Delta circa 1970 or 60, whatever this one was. 80. This is the interim livery, so it's actually probably like 1990s, right? Maybe. That's pretty cool. Yeah, well, Turk in the US, the auto ortho for sure, because you could make it have a higher, what is that setting again, where you can see higher quality at a higher altitude, because you control that. In 2020, you don't really have control over the zoom level, I guess. Bulbs were cheap, so lights on, you're right. All the lights on, logo lights coming on too, just in case. And let's go ahead and throw the slats out. I wish we had the thunk. Slats out.
Slats extended.
Love that. Stabilizer motion. Gotta simulate 3 runway changes between now and the runway since it's Salt Lake. Yes. 1/6 left, or 1/6 right, cleared for the LS 17. That sounds about right. Iron's at 11. If we cut this in for the final, well, Yippee is at 6,000. We'll probably cut it in at Lagoon 7,500. Actually, I don't want to do that. We'll cut it. We'll take it in at Tomb. We'll hand fly it from Tomb inbound. That's a 16-mile final, though. That looks so cool, though, coming in over the right down this valley. Gosh, why can't I wish this is the window I need to see out of. There we go. The A320 was one of the most comfortable cockpits. If I had to pick one for feel, I had to pick one for real feel and being connected to your airframe, the MD-80 gave you all the positive feedback that you could ever hope for. That's neat. That's very cool. I'm all about comfort, baby. A320. Day job. Comfortability. Doing me proud. 30-mile final, Dad. Yeah, I know. Good thing Zippy's not flying with us, or we'd have to take it all the way out to Iron and then some. In Microsoft, you can control it by adjusting the terrain LOD. Oh, really? Is that what that makes sense, because that's the big one. Yeah, I think I'm running mine around 300. The MD-80 does not have a tray table, though. You are correct. Eagle 1, absolutely, man. She's nice and smooth right now. Here you can see the Salt Lake downtown. Very cool. Gosh, there's a really good... What was the... Gosh, I'm trying to think of the little Mexican place that we used to go to. Back when I flew corporate, I used to come in here quite a bit. And there was a little Mexican joint not far from the airport. Can't think of the name now. Oh, it's cool to see the yoke moving. Hold on. Let's pull this out. Let's see, where's the... I guess in the frame. We were getting turbulence there and it was reacting. Jasper, hi chat. I'm new to the channel. Jasper, welcome on board, man. We're in an MD-80 and Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and we're about to do a visual approach to 1/6 left. Shall I adjust the time to sunrise so we don't have to look at the default airport textures? Well, they're not default. That is the Flight Sim TO freeware Salt Lake. Blue Iguana, yes. David, Blue Iguana. Yes. That's it. for the juice. Just because the ortho's kind of mid. Ooh, there's somebody on final down there. That is good. I've always been a Boeing fan, but when I went up to the flight deck to talk to products, I realized, gosh, the 7.3 is cramped. Yes, Lucas. That's every time. There's my favorite meme of all time is on the 737 cockpit, 737 cockpit meme. I've posted it a few times. I laugh every single time I watch. That looks pretty good, actually. Sunrise, the smell of coffee in the air. All right, we're at 9,000, so we're going to what, Tomb? We're going to cut it in at Tomb. Now, Tomb is pretty far out there. I'll tell you what, let's descend to 8,000. Let's slow to 210 knots. Speed select 210. Get a little speed brake. Start slowing up. It's not bad once you're sitting in it. That's what all 737 apologists say. Let's descend to 7,000 for juice. 7,000 IAS Mach. Down we go. I keep going to my wing view there and it's locked. Flaps 11. No flap sounds. Yeah, Sadkin. And Sadkin, here's the thing. This is a pay-aware sound pack too. So you should hear it without the sound. Well, if you want to hear what this airplane sounds like without a sound pack, just mute the stream. We're going to cut the corner a little bit. Make it heading 345. Come back to 180. And we'll go flaps 15. Flaps 15 is 240. We're well below that. Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
I feel like there was a distinct... What's the flap sound like in this MD-80? Do they have a distinct sound? I can't remember. I know the Bluebird 7.5 flap sound video. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That sounds so good. Boris, what do you expect though? I want to slow to 180 so I can make this turn nice and tight. We'll see here. Yeah, Boris does not miss. The flap sounds on that 7.5 are going to be the best sounds in the sim. Zippy, yeah, I know, dude. It's wild. His whole setup is just... How he does things with the sounds are fantastic, man. I'm so glad he got to work with Bluebird on that. All right, heading select. We're at the low limb. That means we need more flaps, right?
Flaps 28.
Oh, I guess you can't do that without landing gear. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do, chat. We're going to go everything off. We're going to hand fly it because it's an MD-80. Oh, I got to hide the yoke, though. We're going to shut it all off. It's an MD-80. We're going to fly it.
Gear down.
Oh, I got to turn off the auto throttle, too. Uh-oh, what did I just hit? What is this? Go back up there. Fuel scheduling. Let's go direct. Direct in. Final approach. Just to get that straightened out. Thrust mode for go around to set TO. Are we on the false glide slope? There's no way we're low. We'll level at 6,000. There's no way we're low there. 160, that's fine. Bring the speed back a little bit. What is that? That is the auto thrust light. There we go. We'll level at 6, 160 on the speed, runways in sight, 16 left. There's a glide slope. Wow, that was a little bit of a false glide slope indication. That's pretty neat. I dropped the gear way early. Way early on that. I just didn't want to retract the flaps. Now we're dragging it in. Burning fuel, baby. Greg, yeah, we were talking about that. There's that thud when the slats pop out. Yeah, I wish we had that. There goes the profit sharing check. Yep. Profit sharing is out the window now. Man, there's like slow flight. Power, I gotta throw this in here. Just to maintain level. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 357 on about a 7-mile final, 16 left Salt Lake. Yeah, it still needs a little more juice. Don't we have to go aux hydraulics to on and hydraulic pumps high? Replay is... I'm going to start it here once we hit yip inbound. A little too far out. Delta, check altitude, low altitude alert, current altimeter 3003. Barbecue special, slow and low, flared for 7 miles. Yep. Look, I told you that this landing was going to be an example of what not to do at high density altitude. Alright, here comes Yip. Recording is on. Man, we didn't even hit 200 likes for this stream? I guess y'all don't want to see any more MD-80, huh? Alright. Noted. No more MD-80. Speed brake is armed. There goes the glide slope. Wait, no, now it's backwards. Fast slow is over here now. What? The last MD-80, it was reversed. That must be a setting. Okay, hold on. I was starting to descend. Scratch that. That's got to be an option. Because when we flew to Santa Barbara, the glide slope was on the left side, was it not? That's not even an excuse. That's how to crash an airplane 101. Alright, here comes the glide slope, finally. Alright, now we can start bringing her down. Let's go flaps 40.
Flaps 40.
Oh, look at flaps 40 is pretty juice on this. Alright, 138. We're in the slot now. 1,000 feet, we're stable, we're clear to land. So my trim is not quite set on my yoke. There we go. That's what I love about force feedback, man. That's such a massive benefit. Being able to feel the trim pressure. Like I just was not in trim. I'm constantly pulling. Gotta trim it out a little bit. I have no idea if this Pappy is on or not. It looks pretty decent, actually. Almost sounds like an F-18, doesn't it?
200.
I see Wingnut already talking about excuses. I gotta pay attention there. All right, I'm gonna work that power out.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Legal.
2 in reverse.
2 in reverse. I think that was pretty decent, actually. I don't know if that was a super butter, but I wanted to make sure we didn't go out of the touchdown zone like last time. It's crucified.
Reverse lights out. 60 knots.
A little bit of aerodynamic braking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salt Lake City. I saw V1 flaring over my house in Brazil. All right, we are down. Thanks for the memories. I'm so excited now I might have to... Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, we'll get our tiller cam back on for ground ops. Where are we going? I'm not even quite sure that this airport, how it's modeled. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll go right over here. Let's clean it up. Do I need to clean it up on this one? I think so. We'll go flaps up, stow those. We'll leave the lights on. It still is a pretty good wing model. It looks flat. These textures, you can tell, are just flat images, you know? We've been spoiled. We've been spoiled by the Fenix wing view, because this used to be the best wing in the sim. Hey, you lazy viewers, hit the like button. I want to see more MD-80. There you go. You heard it from Greg himself. I'm surprised. This airplane has always tended to be a lower view airplane too when I stream it. And I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I could see why people don't have interest in this airplane. I can definitely see why. But it's actually fun. It's fun to hand fly because it flies pretty dang good, man. I know all the lights are on, but I don't want to hit all the switches again in replay mode, so we're just going to park here at Alpha 40. Overturn that a little bit. Oh no, click and drag. Who needs marshallers? We'll stop there. We'll put the wing in the jet bridge. All right. Brakes are set. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salt Lake. We're going to stop the recording. For those of you that need it spelled out, the like button is the thumbs up button. Hit it now or you will... Ay, ay, ay. All right, here we go. Replay is on. I think I have to set the flaps or else it will do this the whole time. Yes, so I'll do that while we wait. Have a look here. Leonardo feels better hand flying around, flying. Wait, Leonardo feels better hand flying, ground handling, and landing than PMDG. Really? I think the PMDG is pretty dang good too, man. I think PMDG hand flying is pretty good. Now, obviously, having a force feedback yoke is a huge part of that because the force feedback yoke can make literally any airplane fly really, really nicely as far as the feel goes. You got to make sure the power performance numbers are there from the dev, but that's one thing that I've come to learn with this force feedback is just how how much is lost when you don't have force feedback. Now that, I mean, that's a pretty nice cockpit, I gotta say. Like, just the high-res texture mod really makes things pop. Of course, it helps. We got a little bit of backlighting here in the glow too, but plus, in general, it's just a nice cockpit. It looks much bigger though. I feel like this cockpit looks larger than it actually is from this view. Maybe it's just the way the camera is. I'm not sure. Because yeah, the jump seat is right. I mean, we'd be right here. Oh, I can't move the. Can't even deploy the jump seat. Oh man, uninstalling. I was trying to get on final with him, but he was on the right side of the runway. Oh, you were flying that? Oh, that was you and the Duke? I wasn't on the proper CTAF. I was on Unicom, like everybody should be. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, we'll watch this wing view landing, then we'll do an outside, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's see, what time is it? 2:30. I want to see if something is delivered. If something is delivered, my wife is going to be picking up the kids, so might be able to drop it off, and I might have to try some stuff here. 49 Whiskey says CTAF has turned out to be a bad experiment on us. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's just unnecessary added confusion. I mean, it's not really confusing. It's just, meh. You've had it one way for decades. I like how you can hear the engines working, though, in replay.
40, 30, 20, 10,
Ooh, this looks pretty good. Well, I don't know, Chad. That looked pretty good. Oh, wow, you can hear the wheels. You can hear the thup, 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 thup. All right. See how we did. Power's coming to idle. Hold it off. Oh, dang. That was a butter. Come on. Oh, look. I can feel the vibration. Can you see this? Hold on. I don't touch it. Oh, no, you can't see. I was going to show you the yoke. The yoke is bouncing with the turtles. That was a pretty good landing right there. Let's go flyby cam, reset you. Oh, that's a screenshot. Screenshot. That'll be the view. Watch this. Drone follow is off. I gotta stop the yoke from following. Pause the yoke. And I'll resume. Here we go. Let's see how this looks. A little bit of an early flare, as we talked about, just to stop that descent rate and then just finesse her down. Oh, that's juice. That's the juice, chat. That is the juice. All right. That's it. You exceeded the time limit on the landing lights. Uh-oh. What is the time limit on the landing lights, Greg? I didn't actually know there was one. All right. I'll let you have... actually, we'll wind this one all the way back. There we go. The flap up from 30. There we go. All right. Eagle 1 out. Well, thank you all for tuning in this Monday afternoon. Hope you enjoyed this one. hopefully we will have some more JT8Ds. We're going to have some more, maybe F28 this week. We're definitely doing TBM. That stream is, I'm ready to drop it. I just don't know when we're actually going to fly the TBM. We're going to do Kern Valley fly-in. Again, it'll be our second Kern Valley fly-in. So if you want to participate, go get the Lima 05 scenery, L05 off the FlightSim TO. It's a freeware enhancement. It's awesome. We're going to be going there from, where did we land? Santa Barbara, I think. We're going to be going there from Santa Barbara or Santa Monica. I can't remember where, but we're going to fly to Lima 05. It should be a fun one. I'll post that one when I can. 727 long haul with Green Dot Aviation in flight will be coming at you this week. Probably, I don't know if it will be tomorrow. I think I got to take care of something tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday on that one. So that's the plan. Until then, thank y'all for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the likes. Even though y'all were light on the like button, but I appreciate it. Getting the super chats and the membership milestone chats, y'all are awesome. Thank you all for the support. Until the next one, stay safe, Delta on B1. Sup?